Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm excited because I was able to sort of fix my ring light. So here I am. I wanted to put out at least one video for the Valentine's Day, Valentine's week, Valentine's month. And for today's Valentine video, I'm gonna be using the Jaclyn Hill by Morphe palette. This is the Volume 2. I believe I've used this probably twice. I chose it because it has like all those pinks, purples, warm tones that are very like Valentine looking colors. I didn't want to go with the cliche pink and purple, but truthfully, I feel kind of inspired. I like this shade called Living My Best because it's like a red, has sparkle there. I'm pretty sure it's gonna blend away once I put it on my eye. So let's get into it. Okay, so today I want to be using several items that I don't use. I'm usually very consistent with most of the product that I use. So I recently purchased this Marc Jacobs. It's called the Undercover Perfecting Coconut Eye Primer. I usually use the MAC paint pot in Painterly or Soft Ochre, but I'm wanting to kind of like rotate all the products in my collection. I have been doing a makeup inventory and I realized that I have a lot of product that I have had for a while and I haven't used. To start off, for like the eye primer, I'm going to be using this Marc Jacobs Perfecting Coconut Primer. I have tried this before. It has kind of like a tacky base, like it leaves your lid a little bit tacky. So I'm going to apply it with my fingertip, and I'm basically applying this from like the lash line all the way to my brow. I'm going to let it kind of like sit for a second. So meanwhile, I'm going to be using the No More Problem Primer Essence, and this is basically to kind of like pre-hydrate my face. I hate winter. Winter tends to dry out my face, so I have to kind of like help my skin. So I had to put my hair up because I feel like whenever I'm applying products, it kind of like gets into my hair. We're gonna go in with the Jaclyn Hill by Morphe Volume 2, and honestly, I don't have anything in mind. I'm just gonna wing it. Okay, we're gonna start with Tipsy Girl. Tipsy Girl is a very bright pink. I'm gonna show that to you real quick. So I'm gonna start with Tipsy Girl, and we're going to start applying that to the crease. Then once we have most of that shade down, we're gonna like kind of like blend up. So I built it up a little bit because I like that pink. It's really nice. Now so far I am really liking the eye primer, so I'm going to go in with a clean blending brush and I'm just going to like blend those edges a bit because that color is very bright. Just want to make sure that all those corners or like those edges are super blended. We don't like any harsh lines. I'm just gonna grab Living My Best, which is kind of like a cute red with sparkle in it. We're just gonna see how that behaves. I'm just gonna put it right below that pink, and well, I like it so far. It intensifies that pink a little bit. It's not applying fully red, it's just a very intense pink. And see how I apply the color first with the tip of the brush, and once I have like most of the pigment out of the brush, we kind of like shift that brush and kind of like blend with the area that didn't have any pigment in the first place, like the bottom part of the brush. It helps with a clean blend. We're gonna go back with that brush that we used for Tipsy Girl, and we're just going to kind of like go back and blend those edges to make sure that, you know, it's just seamless, I guess. And that's pretty much the gist of it. Whenever it comes to blending, it's going back and forth. Like if you're gonna use very bright colors, this is kind of like the trick. Back and forth, make sure that there's like a clean transition between both colors. Although these are very similar colors, we're just trying to look for like a clean blend as opposed to a very heavy, like harsh line. So now we're going to grab a very thin brush. This is a JH40, that, you know, it's a detail brush. And we're going to grab Crazy from the palette, and we're just going to add that in the inner and outer corner. And we're just going to tap that shade in there, like that outer V and the inner corner. And we're just gonna make sure that we don't bring it all the way into our crease just yet. We're just tapping it like right there. I'm gonna add that shade into the inner corner, and it's pretty much the same concept. Just make sure you don't bring it all the way into your crease, so whenever you blend, it doesn't like overpower that pink that you added there. So we are going to blend, and at this point I'm kind of like making sure it's clean. It's a clean blend. Same dynamic of going back with the previous brush and just kind of like swipe it through so there are no harsh edges. Now this has run away from me. Trust the process. We're gonna grab concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light. And I'm not gonna cut anything like very crazy. I'm going to use a flat shader brush. I'm going to coat it with the concealer, and we're just gonna make sure that we have kind of like a sticky wet base on our center of our lid. And please see how I'm not doing like a sharp cut. However, I do look upwards a little bit because I have hooded lids, so anything that I apply on my lid, it's going to transfer a little bit into my crease. We're going to go back with the brush that we used for the darker color, and we're just going to tap those edges, kind of like to blend the concealer. First of all, we're going to add Drama Queen, this shade right here. I'm packing that shade. It's pretty intense. I'm gonna go with the shade Oh Hello, which is a little bit lighter than Crazy, and we're just gonna tap that here and here. So we're blending that shimmer shade. So far, so good. I'm liking this palette. I know this is not a new palette, so I already had added that No More Problem Primer Essence, so I'm gonna add this Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Face Primer. So we're just gonna go in, not with a lot, just enough to prime our face. We're just gonna let that primer kind of like seep into our pores. So I received this Glam Glow Super Mattify Clarifying Primer, and I'm pretty curious. Again, I'm just trying to use stuff that I haven't used before, and we're just gonna go for it. So like the little pearl size, we're going to activate all those acids, and we're gonna go in. It smells pretty good. Why are most Glam Glow products kind of purple? I'm going to be using this Pure 4-in-1 tinted moisturizer. I've used this just once. It's pretty thick, the product, if you see. It's not sheer and it's not runny. It's pretty thick. I'll be using the Juvia's Place foundation brush. And you see how I apply this? Always from the center of your face outwards. And it has pretty good coverage. Most of my foundation or anything like complexion wise, I like to apply first with a brush and then kind of like blend it, if it need be, blend it with a sponge. If you hear anything in the background, that's my kiddos. Like, how many moms go through this where they're trying to like do something? Anything, it doesn't have to be makeup, and your kids are like, they need to tell you everything at that point, and they're hungry all the time at that point, and you're like, dude, give me a break. I'm going to tap a little bit, just trying to like make sure that there's no like brush streaks, or you know, it's not too caked up. Now, if you're like me with this horrible dark circles under my eyes, you need this corrector. This is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I swear by this. I love it. I cannot live without it. And if you see that dent? I use it a lot. So we're gonna take a flat brush. This is from Juvia's Place, and we're just gonna go in and we're just gonna apply it like it's concealer. Now we're tapping, remember? We don't wanna swipe any product. We just want to tap that and make sure that it's properly pushed into the area we want it. So we're going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape as our concealer. I am super running out. So, but since a little of this actually goes a longer way, so I'm using this little tiny Morphe sponge. And we're just gonna press that. To set our under eye, I'm going to be using the Becca Hydro Mist Set and Fresh Powder Little Sponge. Now we're just gonna go in, lightly press, make sure that that concealer does not move. We're gonna be using the Marc Jacobs Coconut Setting Powder, and just gonna coat it lightly, and that's pretty much it. I love this powder brush. It's from the Jaclyn Hill collection. I swear by it. Again, not a fan of her. So another product that I'm gonna be using that I don't usually use is the Fenty Beauty Brow Pencil. And this is pretty basic. My mom was like, well, you should teach me how to do my brows because, you know, like a lot of people wonder. And what I do is I kind of like comb my very dark hairs upwards, and I'm gonna take the point, the fine point, I'm gonna trace that bottom part, kind of like defining that shape, and that's it. Like, I know you can't see that right now, but my brow, like, it's defined at the bottom. So now I'm going to comb my hairs downwards. Remember not to start all the way to the front. Start like halfway. And after kind of like shape that top part, I fill out any empty areas, remembering not to go all the way to the front of the brow, just kind of like halfway. Take the little brush at the other end, and we're going to blend upwards. That's pretty much it. So we're going to use the power of editing to get that second brow done. So I have a clear gel from Billion Dollar Brows, and what I do with the gel, regardless whether it's clear or tinted, is just start like halfway into the brow and kind of like set that, and then when you're kind of like out of product, then you kind of like comb the front side of your brow. I'm going to be using this Tartiste Double Take eyeliner. I got this also from a BoxyCharm It has a felt tip liner on one side, and it has kind of like a pencil liner on the other side. And we're gonna use that pencil liner and we're going to line our waterline. So I will use Stay True, which is kind of like along the same color like family. So we're gonna start from the very like inner corner, and we're just pressing that color into the lash line. So now I'm gonna go into Not My Journey. Choose that color at the bottom. I'm just gonna blend. So we're gonna go back to the Tarteist liner. We're gonna use the felt tip liner, and we're just gonna do like a regular line. We're gonna take this KVD Beauty mascara and we're just gonna prime, so to speak, our lashes, kind of like prep them for the falsies. We're gonna do lashes. And I have these Figgy Cosmetics Lash Out lashes. I do not know the kind of lashes these are, the name or anything. I just know that I love them. I love them. So our lash should be ready to be popped on. So I'm not really good at this. Sometimes it's really easy. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt. So I'm just gonna do it. I love them. We're gonna start with the bronzing slash contouring. This is the Ace Beauty or Beauté Bronzed in Paradise little palette. Now we're gonna take a little bronzing brush, and I'm gonna take this little shade right here. God, this is the first time that I use this palette, and I am obsessed. I have another Ace Beauté. This is Blushed in Paradise palette, and we are going to use this kind of like mauvey, dark mauve color, and we're just gonna apply it like over here. Oh my god, that is super pigmented. I am literally obsessing with these Ace Beauté palettes, face palettes. Very good, love them. We are going to take this setting spray. This is the Maracuja Miracle Mist from Tarte. I wanted to try this. This is the Laura Mercier highlight. This is a baked highlight, and I feel like it's not what I'm looking for, because I wanted something really poppin', but this is kind of like doing it for me. Oh, hi. Love it. This is the Laura Mercier highlight. So for our lips, I'm going to line my lips with the NYX lip liner in Cabaret. And I'm going to be using, this is the L'Oreal Color Riche Power Petal. I'm gonna take this shade here called I'm In It, and it's kind of like a shimmery double shifting shade. Oh my god, can you see it? It's pure pink when you apply it. I'm not for it. I'm gonna be grabbing this Ofra Cosmetics. This is the Nikkie Tutorials highlighting trio, Space Baby, which is supposed to have like a blue shift, but at this point I just need a little bit of sparkle. So I added that Space Baby shade to my inner corners, and now we have completed this look. The Jaclyn Hill by Morphe Volume II. This is a really cute palette. Like, I want to say that it's cute and it's pretty good. Then the Marc Jacobs eyelid primer. I love it. Let's talk about these two babies. I test drove them today for the first time and I am very impressed. Also, the Laura Mercier highlight, I am very, very impressed. When I first saw it, it doesn't look very shiny like on the package. And then I applied it and it has this pretty amazing glow. I really liked it. So this is pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this look. Look how pretty it is. I love the inner corner with like the Space Baby shade from the Nikkie Tutorials like trio. It gave it like this really cute pop, I'm not gonna lie. So this is it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for commenting. I really hope you enjoy it and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.